Today, I'm going to show you how to measure active noise cancellation performance, or ANC, of headphones. The test is simple. I'm using SoundCheck to generate the test signals and analyze the results. I have a head and torso simulator to capture the ear's response. I'm using an Amp Connect 621 audio interface, which also provides amplification for the speaker. And I have a SoundConnect 2 microphone power supply to power the mics in the head and torso simulator. If I was using a newer hats with IEPE mics, I wouldn't need this. I would power it directly from the Amp Connect. I've got a basic speaker here to generate the pink noise that we'll use to measure the noise cancellation, and I have a nice pair of noise cancellation headphones. We'll play pink noise from this speaker. First, we'll measure the unoccluded ear response, then the passive response. That's with the headphones on the ear, but not turned on. Then we'll turn on the ANC and measure the total attenuation, the full effect of the active and passive isolation. Let's run our test sequence. First, we'll take the unoccluded measurement without the headphones. You'll hear pink noise playing, and we'll see our measurement on the graph. Here we go. Now the sequence pauses while we put the headphones on. I'm going to adjust the headphones to establish a good seal. Typically, you'd make this measurement 5 times and average it to account for variation in fit, but I'm just going to do it once for this demo. Now let's continue. So now we have the occluded measurement. That's telling us how much sound the headphones are passively attenuating just from their materials and geometry. Now we're going to turn the ANC on and let the sequence continue. And you can see on the top graph here, we show the sound pressure level for the unoccluded measurement, the occluded measurement, and the measurement with ANC turned on. And this bottom graph uses a simple calculation to show the passive, active, and total noise attenuation of the headphone. That's the test in its simplest form. You can get more fancy with your speaker setup. For example, instead of using just one source speaker, you could use multiple equalized source speakers to create a more realistic spatial background noise environment. You could also measure both ears at the same time. If you do this, you can use SoundCheck's multi-channel RTA to check for fit. You just measure the 2 channels simultaneously and make sure the left and right are showing similar responses. This saves time as you don't need to make multiple measurements. You could also use the multi-channel RTA to look at how noise attenuation changes in real time. You'll need an external reference measurement microphone positioned here outside the headphone, and you could play complex signals like real recorded background noise from an airplane and watch in real time how the noise attenuation changes. This gives a more realistic representation of how the ANC circuit responds to dynamic signals. This setup is good for much more than just measuring active noise cancellations. We've done a lot of research on audio distortion caused by active noise cancellation, and with the same setup but different test sequences, you can measure THD, intermodulation distortion, time variant distortion, and more. Check out our technical papers on our website to learn more.